Hello everyone, I am just trying to get my desk set up here so it's straight and you can see everything, so just bear with me just a second. Looks like someone is on. Thank you so much for showing up for tonight's class. All right, let me just slide this way. All right, looks okay. All right, we're going to be having a class tonight. It's a free class. It's going to be my virtual class on the Christmas Classics bundle. We used the stamp set last week, and this week I'm going to be making a more traditional Christmas card class. So we'll just wait a second to see who comes on. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Did you guys have a great weekend? I hope you did. It looks like I'm a little blurry. Hold on, I'm going to try to zoom in just a little bit and see what happens. I can't see it all, but I think that'll be better. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Carla. Thanks for showing up. So did you guys have a good weekend? I hope you did. All right, Lynn. Awesome. Go ahead and start. Okay, I will do that. All right, so last week we showcased my card club, which uses the same stamp set. It is called Christmas Classics, and let me just bring it in here. Sorry if there's a glare on it. Nothing I can do about that. But anyway, this is a stamp set I used last week on Monday. And I use this with my November card club, and I want to use it again because last week was a non-traditional Christmas card class. This week we're going to use Joy of Christmas, and we're going to make a traditional Christmas cards, 4 of them. And I'm using this as my, actually 3 different ways. I'm using it for my independent living class, and that's on December 1st. I'm using it for a Parks and Rec class on November 29th, and it's going to be my next free with a purchase class starting November 15th. So you get a sneak peek at what you're going to be able to receive with a qualifying order starting November 15th, a little early, but I can't adjust the calendar. So anyway, I'm going to be using this stamp set tonight. These are the cards. You can kind of see them. I'll show them a little bit. Just to recap last week, my November card club is still active, and you can register by the 20th of November, so you can see how different this class is compared to the class we are going to be learning tonight. So this is a more non-traditional Christmas colors with blues. I love blues and greens, kind of my favorite kind of theme, but I also like the Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper. If I had to choose 2 of them, it would be both of these, Winter Meadows and Joy of Christmas. I love the white and silver ribbon. It's a sheer ribbon. It's on back order. It's coming the week of November 20th. I'm hoping to get that for Card Club. If I don't, then it's going to be iridescent ribbon, which is beautiful as well. So 2 cards you'll make with Peace on Earth. And then here's the Tidings of Joy. And I didn't show you in the inside real quick. I use the Stampin' Up magnetic boards for all my classes, so I can put them on the wall and I can see what's coming up. Here's Merry Christmas, and this is stamped in Misty Moonlight for a blue. And then here's this one, Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and that is stamped in Pretty Peacock. And then on the inside, stamped to you and yours, Merry Christmas in Moody Mauve. All right, so that is that one. And then the next one is Blueberry Bushel. Now, Blueberry Bushel is kind of it's a bright blue color, but it's not like really, really bright. And I'll show you when I open up the card. So this is Deck the Halls. And on the inside here, I used the Radiating Stitches dies for the inside panel. I just love this die. I'll probably be using it quite a bit in the future. And there's that ribbon again. I tied it 2 different ways. So this one I wrapped around and tied a bow. And then this one I wrapped the ribbon around, secured it behind the tag, and then tied a bow on top. So that's that one. And then the final one is the deer, I call it the deer card. Now, hunting deer season, rifle season just started on Saturday here in Vermont. So lots of deer being shot. I'm not a hunter, and my husband is not either, so we don't go out and shoot animals. We don't even own a gun. So, but I know that's a sportsmanship rifle season in Vermont. People rely on deer meat and bear and whatever for their freezer. So anyway, I love this paper. This will make a great birthday card as well. Just change out season's greeting to happy birthday. And if it was a male for a masculine, I would just cut this little, the leaves off there and forget about the rhinestones. But then in the inside there, I had a scrap with the deer, which made a really nice effect here. And then I stamped on the flap, season's greetings. All right, so that's Card Club. You can see how different it is from today's class. All right, so let me just grab these, put them out of the way. If you're interested in my card club, just go to inspiredbygraham.com and everything is there on the right sidebar. And if you ever want to know, my classes are always posted on my website on the right sidebar. Nothing at the top, just the right. All right, so Christmas Classics bundle. If you have your mini catalog, you can get it out. It starts on page 28 and goes to 29, and also 30 and 31. So this is a huge deal. I did not buy the Joy of Noel bundle. I just purchased the Christmas Classics bundle. So you can use, like, I've seen a lot of cards with the Noel, but I just chose to get this one here. So lots of different ways you can use the dies and also the sentiments too. That's in your mini catalog. That's where you can find it. So for today's class, I've got a tray of goodies right here. But before we begin, if you're on my email list, I just sent out an email about an hour ago about the seasonal sale that's coming up starting tomorrow. So we will be having a sale on ribbons, trims, inks, and paper from the annual catalog. Not the mini, but the annual catalog. So if you're a demonstrator, don't forget you will be receiving not 20%, up to 20%, but add your discount on there that you receive as a demonstrator. So some of you receive 20% at bronze, and bronze elite and above, you receive 25%. So 25 plus the 20 is 45% off your the retail price. So that's a really good deal. And don't forget about the clearance rack, because the clearance rack, sometimes you can get some really great deals on embellishments and ribbons. And I know there's a couple stamp sets on there that are Christmas related, so you might want to check those out. But anyway, the seasonal sale, November 14th to the 16th, it starts at midnight Mountain Time on November 14th. So I'll be getting up at 3 a.m. to submit my order because I don't want anything to sell out, because I want to get some of those really good deals like envelopes, my cardstock, definitely my white cardstock. I'm going to be donating 350 cards plus 350 gift cards, gift card holders to the holiday baskets. So I'm going to stock up just for that alone, and it'll save quite a bit of money there. So I'm happy that that sale came. I didn't expect it. And it was something Stampin' Up just announced. So don't forget about that. And then my free with a purchase ends tomorrow. So you'll have one day to shop for this free class. And with the host code, this is also on my website. And these are the cards here. So heartfelt thank you with a grateful heart. Thank you and thank you. So this was a thank you card class. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I think I've got and hope I've got everything I need for today's class. And off to the side, I've got my silicone craft sheet. So this proves I have everything on my desk. Whether or not I can find it is going to be a different story. Okay, so I've got my silicone craft sheet. I got my piercing mat, because we'll need this for stamping. I got my stamp cleaner, which is the Stampin' scrub. I love this. I've had this since I was a demonstrator back in 2012, just a hobby demonstrator back in 2012. So this thing has lasted a long time. And I actually have four others that I just bring to my in-person classes. This class only requires 2 inks, and it's real red, which is for me really hard to stamp in. I always get it all over my fingers, and same with shaded spruce. So I'm up for the challenge to stamp with 2 of my hardest colors, for me anyway. We'll be coloring our rhinestones with shaded spruce and real red, and I chose the dark of the 2. I've got my little basket here for trash, and then I've got my glue. I've got 2 bottles just in case one fails, because you know sometimes they do fail. I got my little tool caddy here with lots of different tools in it. So you can see I'm somewhat organized. I got my dimensionals. I got my rhinestones. I don't have a lot left, but hopefully I'll have enough to get through the class. I'll take those out and get those over here off to the side. When you're videotaping and kind of doing a live, you don't have a lot of room. Okay, so I've got all my card kits. I don't even know what order I'm gonna go in, whatever's on the top. And now I've got all my stamps here. So I think for me to keep really, really organized, I think I'm gonna use this tray off to the side and see how that goes. I don't know if it'll go well or not, but I'm gonna give that a try. Never tried it. All right, let's see. Let's get my cards out. Let's see, here are the kits. And then what did I just do with my cards? There they are. I buried them. Okay, so let me just grab them off and we'll get rid of these clips. I think this one's really pretty. And hopefully I can remember what I used. I designed this one yesterday, Sunday. I took Saturday off from my craft room to go hiking, and I almost beat my record of 3 hours and 38 minutes. I missed it by a minute and like almost 2 minutes, but my poles broke, both of them. They failed me. So that means I had to use my legs the whole way, and I was pretty sore actually waking up on Sunday. So whew, I don't know. I swear, doesn't matter how often you hike, you're still going to be sore. Okay, it looks like this one's on top, so let me grab that one. It is going to be Season's Greetings, and we're going to start out with real red. That is awesome. Okay, so we'll just take a look at this one really quickly. This is the die from the Christmas Classics bundle. This one die cuts so nicely. I die cut a couple of these, probably like 5 or 6 of them. Not one piece of paper actually stayed in the leaves on this die. On the inside, I didn't stamp very good, so but it's Tidings of Comfort and Joy with the nice little hollies. And then you can see here, hopefully, I did color the rhinestones with real red. Okay, and we'll do that later. And then on the envelope, I just added a piece of DSP, and I stamped Season's Greetings on the back side. So let's get these out of the way so they're not distracting. And I'll bring in, we need both of these inks. And let me grab my piercing mat. We're working with photopolymer stamps, so that means we need to have a Stampin' Pierce mat. I need my envelope, and I need my little die cut from the Christmas Classics. And I'll need my card base. Everything else is kind of just going to be put over to the side here. I like to score, this is already pre-scored, but I like to burnish the card base first. Let me just find my, oh, I know where it is. I took it out. I started working on my Christmas cards. I have so far 18 volunteers. So I'm trying to get everything prepped for the 29th so they can just assemble. So I'm just working on, I'm using my retired Christmas card paper. I'm going to use that up first and then figure out what I'll need. But my bone folder was on my other desk. Okay, so we have our base and we have our envelope and we have the little tag. We are going to work with Season's Greetings with a real red. I still have these stamps mounted from last week. All right, so this one is on an H block, so it does take a little bit to ink it up, and I go diagonally because it is quite a long sentiment. I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer to me so I can kind of see, because this really barely fits, and sorry if my head is in the way. Okay, there we go. So we have the Season's Greetings stamped. I'm going to stamp the envelope flap since I already have my Season's Greetings. All right, so we have that one done. And now the inside, we are going to stamp that, hopefully a little bit straighter. Tidings of comfort and joy plus the little holly. I think I'm going to try to put that little holly on the envelope flap too. So we're going to grab that and tidings of comfort and joy. So I like to also stamp the message first. Oh, I'm really far off camera. Hold on just a second. Let me zoom out. I'm sorry about that. There. We'll try that. I think that's a little bit better. Let me know if that's too far away. Okay, so we got that one down, and now I am going to close red. And we're going to move over to Shaded Spruce. And we're going to add the little foliage here. So I'm just going to ink this up and just go over to the edge there. Only one. Remember, odd numbers, so one or three. 3 would be too much. And now I'm going to take that first, the envelope, and let's see if I can get this in here somewhere. I might have to turn it around. I think this will look really nice on the envelope as well. Okay. Oh yeah, it does. It looks really nice. Okay. And then you can add your designer series paper strips or scraps or whatever you have on the side here, or you can just stamp it with the little leaves. Okay. All right. So now we can just assemble the card and then we'll move on to card number 2. Okay. So like we don't need this, but I need my silicone craft sheet. So let's see what we've got here. All right. So I've got the Joy of Christmas designer series paper, 2 inches. I love using 2 inches because you can get, I think this is 2 inches. You can get a lot of strips out of a 1 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So I'm going to just grab my multi-purpose liquid glue and see if it's going to work. If not, I'll use my backup. Of course, it's not going to work. I might have to get a pin just to get that going. There we go. I think this is the newer bottle. Sometimes you really gotta smack it down to get that glue into the needle part of it. I call it the needle, but it's not really not a sharp needle, but I like to get every little drop of glue out of my bottle. So I really whack it on my table. Okay, so we have that nice little border there. And then I've got a piece of basic white, and it's already been embossed with the basics embossing folder. So you'll just have to decide if you want it on the emboss side, meaning the raised up showing, or the deboss side, meaning it's more of the flat side. I liked embossed showing, so I'll put the glue on the debossed side. And let's see, where's my card base? Where is it? Right up there. Okay, so then this is just gonna go right on the front. It's a 4 by 5 1/4, so very easy so far. I'm too far away, Karen? Okay. That's what I thought. I just kept looking. Okay. I gotta see my laptop. Okay. Hopefully that is better. Okay, so I just added that it's 5 1/4 by 4 embossed with the basics embossing folder. Don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a really kind of a smooth, kind of just, it's not like a really intense embossing folder. Just something to give it a little bit of texture. And then simple as can be, we're just going to add this piece right on to the front. This one I think is semi-directional. So I kind of look at the greenery and some of the berries. So I think this is a better way to go. So I'm just putting this right in the middle, best I can. I don't get a ruler out and measure. That would take way too much time. Okay, and now we'll bring in the die cut. This is in real red, you guys. This is so pretty. Another color that's in the Joy of Christmas is Cherry Cobbler. That is beautiful as well. But I chose to go with real red because it's a brighter, definitely a brighter color, and I thought you would probably be able to see it a little bit better on camera. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. We're going to add 3. And let me grab my Take Your Pick tool, and we'll remove the backings here. Oops. Get this thing out of the way. Now I'm going to put this right on top of this die cut. This die cut is the same on both sides, so really there's no upside down kind of whatever way. So there we have that. Let me just put it on some white because you'll probably be able to see it a little bit better. Isn't that really pretty? Oh my goodness. And just raising it up with some dimensionals really gets it up off that paper, and it just gives it some height and depth, and it's not really lost in the real red. We're going to flip this one over, and we're going to add 3 more dimensionals to this one. We're going to lift it up off the Joy of Christmas designer paper. And then we're going to place it right in the middle the best you can. Now I'm going to just place it here. And then I'm just going to look at the edges here, and if they're good. I think it needs to be scooted over just a tiny bit. And as long as it looks good on the left and right, top and bottom is pretty good. So I'm just going to press down, and that's on there really nice. Okay. It doesn't look like I cut any designer paper for the inside. I would just add a strip down here. It's too white, so I would definitely add some kind of strip down there. Now we're going to color some of those rhinestones. So I don't have a lot left, but I'm going to color them in red. And I like to use I call this the chisel point. So we have the chisel point, which is a really hard point. And then we have the brush tip, which you can tell because it's a fatter line here. And that one I don't really like to use on anything except for blending. And so that one I usually do not use for anything like this. So this is alcohol based. So that means when you color it, that ink is going to dry on top of the rhinestones and it's not going to come off. All right, so in that seasonal sale that's coming up tomorrow, Stampin' Blends are part of that. So if you're looking to purchase some Stampin' Blends, that tomorrow is going to be a great time to do that. Okay, so I did color 3 for my odd numbers. Okay, that dries pretty quickly. So I'm going to grab the 3 that I colored in, and I'm just going to put them on wherever I want to. I like to form a triangle, so it's not like straight across like this. We just got to give it some character. So I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to put one way over here. And then I'm going to grab that final one, and let's put this one over here. Now, I didn't do this on the other card, but I just thought of it. Let's take some Winka Stella, and I want to see what it's going to look like if I just color the Winka Stella on these little berries. I think they need to have something so they stand out, because I think that's part of the card itself are the berries. So if I just brush this on nice, it's going to give that nice little glitter effect. Oops, I'm going to need some more here. So let me just put some in there. Okay, I just go over them one more time. I like to use Winka Stella a lot at Christmas time just because Christmas, it's sparkle. It's a sparkle time of the year. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it sparkling or not. Try to bring it up as close as I can, but it is sparkling on my side. Okay, and then, so here's the card we made together. And then here's the card I made earlier. Looks just about the same. All right, so let me know what you think of this one. You can also trim these off. The other card I used for the, let me show you, the deer card. I had to trim some off because the placement of the deer was on the left side of the scene. So in order to not cover up the deer, I had to move this up. Thus, I had to cut all of this off, or else it would have extended past the card. But this still looks really nice. And you can kind of see what it would look like. Just imagine like this. And then you could kind of get an idea what it would look like. Okay. You could also die cut this piece here in black, and that would match the black panel here too. So just give you some ideas of what you can do. Kind of mix and match your designs. All right, let me just see if there's any questions. If not, I'll move on to card number 2. Let's see. Oh, I have somebody from Canada. Hello, Janice. I used to live 45 minutes from the Quebec border. Now I'm more like, I would say 2 and almost a half. Okay, it looks like we don't have any questions. Yeah, give me a thumbs up and a share. This would be awesome. That would help the algorithms with the YouTube. Okay, we're gonna see what's next on the pile. Oh, it's the other die. Okay, this one was a little bit harder to die cut, I'm not gonna lie. This one, and I think I did send an email to Stampin' Up today because I was having a problem die cutting this. And I think it could be the die itself. I'm just waiting to hear what they say because I was die cutting. And I want you to know I'm telling you this because Stampin' Up! Does stand 100% behind their product. So I haven't received an answer yet today, but I did send it late this morning, and I don't expect to get one until probably tomorrow. But I was having a really hard time, honestly. I couldn't get this side over here, the left side, to die cut very well. Even going through 4 passes, the top and the bottom would be fine, and then a little portion up here didn't die cut very well either. So I took a picture of it, beat the when it was fully die cut, and then when I took it all apart and pulled the pieces and what I could and couldn't do. So they had like a before and an after. So I'm just waiting to hear. They're probably gonna replace the dies and send those a die set to me. I'll guarantee that's what they're gonna do. This was actually just die cut with the designer paper, and it wouldn't cut that either very well. So I really struggled with this one, but we'll wait and see what they say. So the inside here, this is Deck the Halls. To you and yours, Merry Christmas, with that little spray here. And I got a little boo-boo there, but I don't know, I got that in both cards for some reason. And then on the envelope, I had some DSP that I just put over here, which matches the card. And then on the back side, Deck the Halls. So I might add that little foliage piece to this new one here. All right, so all of these cards, they're super easy. I did not include any ribbon or twine or anything like that. I feel like Christmas cards, oh, they gotta be simple. I send out over 100, just a family alone. What I do is I do a photo picture of my family and downlines that are watching. You'll probably get it too. And then I do include a handmade card inside that they can send to somebody else. So that's how I do our family Christmas cards. All right, so we don't need the die, but we need this piece here and the envelope and the inside. And then looks like I got a piece of designer paper there. So, okay, so Deck the Halls. First off, before I contaminate any ink colors, I'm going to clean these stamps that we just used. And I really don't want to do that, so let me just get these cleaned. It won't take too long. Okay, so Deck the Halls I need, and then To You and Yours, Merry Christmas. Okay, well, I need 5 of these. Okay, let me get this glue out of the way. All right. All right, we've got our little die cut and Deck the Halls. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Deck the Halls is this one, not that one. Okay, Shaded Spruce. This is a really, I would say green card. It's got a lot of green in it. So when you're stamping this one, let me tell you, don't look at deck and don't look at halls. Look at the word the, because that one is the one that's straight, and that's the one you need to look at, okay? T-H-E. So let me just ink that right back up. And sorry if my head is in the way. Okay, there's Deck the Halls. And then this one here, I'm going to actually, since I have this in my hand, I'm going to take it and stamp the envelope flap. And on this one, actually, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use that little spray here, and we're going to stamp that on the envelope. And I'm going to do the same with this one here. from the other one. And now the inside of the card, I'll just stamp this right now. Okay. Now I'm gonna stamp Christmas first and then work my way to the top. Okay, so I've got Christmas, then Merry. I'm just gonna sneak this right in here. And then to you and yours, I'm gonna put this right about here. I don't want to stack them. I want to make it look a little bit like, not like a certain pattern, like all stacked up. I want to just give it a little bit of character. So that's what I did there. Now, if you want, if you sell your cards, don't forget about the angel policy. So I'll just going to stamp the back side of my card with the one I use. And this was from, I think, last year or the year before. All right. Looks like we are all set to assemble. Isn't that really quick? Like, this is an easy one to mass produce, even with, well, if the die cut was working correctly, and I know I will, I'll get a replacement and it will definitely be working nice. I'm gonna burnish this one more time to get it to lay flat better. All right, so on the front, we have the paper. We could go with a wood grain going front. If we did that, then it would look like this. Oops, let's see. Oh no, it goes this way. Okay, and then we would have this piece here, and then we would have this one. Oh, I'm gonna try this. I think I really like this with the wood grain. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a different look. How about that? Okay, I like to do that, because our paper works really nicely with all different varieties and different ways of putting things together. So we're going with a wood grain. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So you can get 6 of these panels out of one 12 by 12. And then here's the music notes. You just have to make sure that you put this on the correct way. You don't want your notes going upside down. And if you don't know or didn't play an instrument or don't know about notes, just look like this right there. Looks like an ampersand, right? So just look at that. And this is gonna go right in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it. And then let's work on the focal point. We've got Deck the Hall and we've got the die. Both of them are going to have dimensionals. So we will pop those up with 4. You can get away, actually you can get away with 3 on this one if you just create like a triangle. But this larger one, since it's it's the designer paper, I would put, oops, I got one of those backings caught. I would put 5 on there because it's not cardstock, it's thinner paper, and this is the focal point, and you do not want it to buckle on you. So let's put one in the middle. Okay, we'll take the backings off. Bring this in. Okay, we're going to take the backings off the sentiment. And then there's no right or wrong on this die, I guess. You can, I guess if you want, oh, I see a little bit. There's two little things that did not pop out, but you can just take your pointy thing here. And there's one right here. So there's a little, here's a little different. Because up here, there's no holly leaves on this top. So I'm wondering if that should be the top. I think it's supposed to be. Now that I see that. Did you guys see that? Do you guys have this die set yet? But there's no holly leaves at the top. There's one over here. There's one down here, opposites. And then there's one over here, but none at the top. It's interesting. Okay, so we have that one mounted, and now we're going to add this one here to the front. I think I'm gonna like this one so much better because I'm a wood grain person anyway. I like trees and such. But green and reds are traditional. But we got our green and red in here. Ooh, this is not straight. This is why I don't put them down firmly until I take a look at it. Okay. There. Just want to be careful. I usually have ink on my fingers. Okay, and now we have a strip of scrap. I'm going to have the wood grain actually facing me. And then we'll just put this little strip on. You guys are going to vote. So think about which one you like personally. Don't get influenced by anybody else or myself. Vote on which one you're going to like. Just going to trim that little piece of paper that's extending off. Now I've got to color some of those rhinestones. Which color do I use? I think, let's see, where did they go? I'm supposed to say like really, oh my God, there they are, buried. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with green, or am I? Let's go red, why not? Okay, so I've got my dark blends, and I've got that medium one and 2 smalls. And now, where do I put them? Well, I think I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go with one here because there's a lot of white space there. And just like the other one, like 2 down here and 1 up here. And it's going to give you a different look because the other rhinestones are in green and these will be in real red. Okay, so you guys can vote on which one you like the best. Card number 1, which is the green one, or card number 2, which is the wood grain one. And I can zoom in a little bit so you might be able to see those a little bit better. Let's see this way. Remember, vote how you want to vote. So it looks like wood grain so far. Let me push them. Who's gonna say green? Shaded spruce. Left one, love the Christmas colors. Yep. All right, so I don't know. I like them both. I designed it this way, but I flipped the paper and I like it that way too. So I'd probably make half and half. And I would send, you know, if I knew that person liked wood, I'd probably send it. Maybe this is more of a masculine Christmas card, whoops, versus this one is more of a feminine. I don't know. But I like both of them. I would make both of them. Okay, so we're going to put this away and we're going to move on to the next kit, whatever one's on top. It looks like Peace on Earth. So it's this one, a really pretty one. And I have a dimensional in here because I had to use it for photography, because when you do photography, you can't get a good picture like this, right? So you have to do it straight on. So I had to close this, and that's why I have a dimensional on there, so then I can take a picture so it's straight on and it's not opened up. So all right, this one we have Peace on Earth. I'll probably stamp something, probably gonna stamp that again. All right, lots of little pieces. Oh my gosh, this one has a lot of pieces, that's right. But the thing with, I wish they would have put 2 dies. This one, we only have 1 in the set, and we have 2 of these. I wish we would have had 2 of the holly leaves. I'm just gonna get an embossing folder because I love this embossing folder. And okay, this card uses the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder. It's like my top-notch favorite embossing folder. It's just so pretty. And I embossed it on white. Hopefully you can see how nice, oops. Yeah, I think you can see how nice that looks, right? So that's the embossed side, meaning it's coming at you, the paper. And then this is the debossed side, which it's going down towards the red, okay? I like this side coming up. I just think it's so detailed. Reminds me of the old houses that have the wallpaper like this. I don't know, I'm dating myself probably. Okay, so we've got Peace on Earth. Let me clean up my stamps. It's like deja vu. I left this out. I need to put these away as well. I'm not doing that either. Yikes. Have you guys started your Christmas cards yet? I'm probably going to be all Christmas card out by December 3rd. And I still got mine to make. So I'm going to say I'm probably going to be making, so 350 for the organization. But I do have help. I have like 18 people so far that have volunteered to help assemble. That's great. So 350 plus my family, 100. And then customers probably that have ordered through me for the last 12 months. I always send a Christmas card to. That's like 50. And then my team, that's probably 3 and 4, 455. That's over 500 Christmas cards. So I better get 500 envelopes on the sale tomorrow. That'll save me some money right there. Okay, we're gonna stamp first. So let's find all the pieces that we need to stamp. We need this one here, and this one, and our envelope. Okay, we're gonna stamp Peace on Earth in red, and again, we're gonna use the green. Let's see, for the holly leaves. And if I remember, I will stamp the angel policy and then Merry Christmas. Merry and Christmas. Okay, we are all set. Looks like I got the envelope first, so I actually want to stamp the holly leaf on this one too. So let's get these going. Oh dear, I'm late. That's okay, Debbie. Okay, so we're gonna stamp the envelope in real red. And I'm just gonna stamp it right in the middle. And then I'm gonna switch over to Shaded Spruce. And let's just give this another little look over there. And let me restamp this one over here. And I'm gonna flip it over. That one has the designer paper strip there. I think I'm just gonna stamp this one over here and call it good. Okay, now we have the white. I don't remember what size this is. I think it's like 3 inches or something like that by 5 1/4. All right, so I'm going to stamp this little, the holly leaves over there. Let's switch over to real red. And we've got Christmas and Mary. Again, I'm going to stamp Christmas first. Oh, you know what? I think I need to zoom. Do I need? No, I'll try to do this. I don't want to stamp off camera. Okay, so Christmas. And then Mary. All right, there, we'll sneak it in. Okay. You could put designer paper here if you wanted to. I'm just gonna leave it alone and not do that. Okay, I think we've got all the stamping, right? Oh no, we don't. We have this one, the circle. We need to stamp the peace on earth. So let me grab that in the red. So if I was mass producing say 100 of these, the same design, well, I would punch out 100 2-inch, I think this is a 2-inch circle, and I would stamp it. So punch it and then stamp it. Then I would add my dimensionals because it's popped up. You know, do one step at a time, and I'm gonna guarantee you will save a lot of time. I know you're helping me, but don't do all of those cards, Debbie, you know. I got some ladies that will help. But I appreciate you helping. Okay, I just love this card. All right, so this card base is cut differently. So it's 7, I think it's 7.5 across, or 7 1/4, one or the other, by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And let me burnish that with my bone folder. Okay. It's like 1 inch off. We're going to take the designer paper, and if it's directional, make sure you're adding it to the correct way. This is directional, as you can see with the pine cones and the poinsettia and the berries. We don't want those upside down. Now, we could do this, but I'm not going to do it because I love the pattern in the other one, this side. So we're going to do that. Oh, I think I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. This better not be failing me. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, so it's directional. Let's make sure it's put on here. This is 3 inches across by 5 1/4. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring my silicone craft sheet in, wherever that went. We are going to add some of that paper. I don't remember what this is called. It's a specialty paper, but it goes with the Joy of Christmas paper. But what I did, I wanted to cover up the seam here. So let me actually put this piece on first, and it'll be easier to show you what I mean. So let me just add the glue here. I want to put a little bit more glue than normal on an embossed panel or piece because of all the indentations. So this is going to go right here. And you're looking for an equal distance on the top right and the bottom. Got a little glue there oozing out. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. While that is drying, I'm going to take my stamped panel. I am going to add some glue to the back side of it, but only on this side, because we're going to add that strip of the gold. And that's going to cover up the seam. So this is just 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. If it's too long, then just trim it down. Or if it's too short, then you might have to trim it up a little bit with your paper trimmer. This is just a little bit off, so I'm going to just trim this down. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece and let's add some glue. And then it's going to go in here, but it's going to barely go over the edge of the embossed panel. I want to cover up the seam, but not like overly cover it up. Just about maybe 1/8 of an inch. But doing that is going to cover up the seam, and then you're going to have some nice foil paper showing in between. Okay, so it looks like, see that, how it just kind of shines? Thank you. It's called Joyful Christmas. Yes. Okay, so that is really nice. I think that looks really nice. Okay, now we're going to finish the front here, or work on the front. There's quite a bit here to do. Let me just cap that. So we have the punch. This is called, I think it's a decorative. I got all the punches. Let me show you all the punches I used. I'm a punch girl. So I used, in all these 4 cards, I used the lasting label, which is the next card. I used the heartfelt hexagon, which is the next card. This one here is a decorative circle, and I have it matched up with a 2-inch circle. All of these punches are available on our website. Okay, so Peace on Earth, the 2-inch circle is going to have some dimensionals on it, and we'll put 3, and I like to create a triangle. I think that's the best way to do it. And where's my take your pick tool? There it is. Okay, get those backings off. And now this is going to get mounted right onto the decorative circle, the real red. And I'm going to flip this over because I don't trust the ink on my fingers. Okay, so that looks really nice. So we have that done. Now we're going to work on all of the greenery over here. Okay, we've got 2 of the holly leaves and then 2 of these other things. I think I only just grabbed 1, so we have 3. I thought this was just a little too much, so we're going to go with 3. So these go the same way. So I did spread them out a little bit. So it's going to kind of look like, hopefully, kind of like this. That's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to grab the glue, and I'm just going to give a little dot here and probably one right there. Oh, wait, I'm going to go down the stem as well. This is going to be hidden, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oops, wait a minute. There we go. And then this piece here, you can leave those little red things in there if you want, or you can leave, or take them all out, or just kind of leave them some in and some out. I think I'm just going to pop out. Let's pop out one here and then one down there. So we have some left in and some that are gone. So this is going to go right in the middle of those 2 greens. And I'll just put it right here. You can also use a block if you want to just tap it down. While that's drying, you want to be very careful about where you're going to put your dimensionals. Just pretend this one isn't there. Again, I use that one for photography so I could close the card shut. You do not want to put a dimensional on the right side because it's going to show. Okay, so you got to remember none goes here. So what you want to do is let's flip it over. And I'm covering this side up so I know not to put dimensionals where my thumb is. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna put 3 on here. Okay. And then let's press those on. And now we're going to, let's see, let's bring the card in. Remember what step I did this in. Okay, I want this over the edge. And I want some of that showing, but not too much. Okay. Think about right there. Okay. So I pressed that all down. I didn't put any glue on this here. It's stuck, but I guess I probably should have. So what I could do is put some mini glue dots. Let me grab those. I kind of missed that step. I was more focused on what it was going to look like with just 3 versus I think I used like 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just grab a little glue dot. I rolled it up so we won't see it, but just press it down there. So I just take it with the pointy here and we'll just roll it right up on the tip. And then we'll slide this one underneath where the paper is. And then no one's gonna know that I put a glue dot in except for us. That one's gonna stay because it's adhered real nicely right in there, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, so then we are going to color shaded spruce, our rhinestones. So I've got the dark, and I'm using the chisel point. Don't forget chisel point. We've got 2, and then I'm going to use one of these really big ones. So the basic jewels, the rhinestone basic jewels come in 3 different sizes. So we have a small, medium, and large, which I really like when they do that. So I'm going to use the big one. And now I'm just kind of looking at where there's like kind of white space. So there's nothing here. So I'm going to put this one here. And then we will add, let's see. No, I don't want one there. Here's a space up here. And then I get to form a triangle. So that last one, let's go right over here. Okay. So I think we're done. I don't think I've missed anything. So here's the one we just made with just 3. And then here's the one I made with 1, 2, there's 4 pieces. So I added a shaded spruce. I don't know what this thing is. Whatever we want to call it. So I don't know. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? I don't know if you can even see it. Okay, I am going to look at any comments here. Oh, Teresa, you have to wait until tomorrow. So if you're up at 3 a.m. because you're Eastern time, then just wait until 3 a.m. like I am. And then I think you can just go in and refresh your cart and everything should change. But I know the last time we had a sale, they didn't allow you to do that. So you had to type everything back in. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to put everything in tonight before I go to bed so that I can just wake up at 3, refresh my cart, and hope everything changes. Yeah, so I think so too. It's just a little busy. Oh, how do you refresh? So just sign out of your account, okay? Or you can stay in it, but then just you're going to save and exit your order. And then you're just going to go back into modify your order. And then go into the merchandise tab and then just check to see if all the sale prices are there. By going back into your order, then that should refresh it. All right, and this was the matching envelope. So we had that piece of strip there, and then I stamped on the back side on the flap. So we have one more left, and it's Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, I did that. Okay. This one, I didn't bring a piece of strip. I just wanted to stamp on the front. So that was easy peasy on that one. Okay, we have one last one to go. And this is kind of a mix of a bunch of different things. I had a lot of scraps left, and this is a great scrap card. And it didn't really take much time at all. And I used my second favorite embossing folder. It's the exposed brick embossing folder. So if you don't have that one, I would suggest getting that one. Now, that is not on sale. Just to let you know. Okay, so we're going to stamp the envelope. We have the punch, and we should have a piece of white. And that is it. All these other little pieces we'll put to the side. All right, so I need to clean my stamps real quick, and then we'll get stamping. And I did not forget, I forgot to put the angel policy on that last card. That's okay. What I do after this, I gotta clean all this mess up. It's not mess, it's creativeness, right? And I go back and I check my cards, and I'll restamp at the very end. Okay, so let's bring in my piercing mat, and we've got Merry Christmas to stamp, and we got Shaded Spruce. I'm gonna stamp Christmas first. Okay, and then we're gonna stamp Merry. Ooh, that one got a little, looks like there's something on the Christmas. I'm gonna flip this over. There's like a piece of lint or something on Christmas, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's my cat. Let's try that again and see what we get. That's better. Sorry, you got my head that time. Okay, so that's done. And then on the inside, we have to stamp, let's see, what did I do? Oh, Season's Greetings. I like this one. Again, I'm kind of inking this up diagonally because it's such a big, such a big word here. Okay, that looks pretty good. I could have gone a little bit further down, but that's okay. I'm gonna stamp this in the corner. And then Season's Greetings, I have to stamp first because it's so big. And we'll just angle this one. Let's go this way, that way. And I am thinking of it this time. I am going to stamp the back side here with the angel. Wait a minute. This way. There we go. Okay, I think I'm all done. This is all green. All right, so I gotta take that bone folder and burnish this one. And now let's go with the exposed brick panel first. So it's gonna be tone on tone. And here's that exposed brick I was talking about. It's 3D and it's my second favorite embossing folder. And I'm gonna add the glue on the debossed side, so the flat side. And I've got the raised side facing me. And I don't think there's any direction to this one. Bricks are going across horizontally, and that's the way we want. All right, so that's set. Now we need the real red. And we'll need all of these pieces over here. Oh, I think I've got one too many. Oh, this is the inside. That's going to go over there. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what order you put these in, but I would suggest, since I've got two here that do not have any gold foil in them, I would put this one in the middle because it's different. Okay, that's my opinion. So when I put on strips like this, I like flowers and such. So I work on the left side first. And then I'm going to take the one on the right side. And this one is kind of directional, but it's really hard to tell. I'm going to put it this way. Okay. Now the reason why I put the left and the right one on first is because now if I didn't have this space correctly, then I can just put this one down in the center. Or if I didn't have this real red cut correctly, this would save me. So I always put the last one that goes on for me is the one in the middle. I like that. What is your favorite embossing folder? Teresa, all of them. That is so funny. You can't pick just one. I had plans to do a embossing folder, like ring of embossing folder panels, like a little book. Oops, I got some glue on there. Let me just grab my eraser. I had an idea of doing that, but then the mini catalog came out and I did not buy any of the embossing folders in that catalog. I just have them from the annual catalog. So I felt like if I was going to do that, I needed to buy all of those. Oh, that's just me, you know. All right, so now I've got some more of that gold foil. I felt like it needed, I'll show you what I mean here, of course. Let's add some dimensionals. Let me just feel which, yep, this is the wrong side. Okay, my dimensionals, we're going to add 4 to this one. Teresa, is it snowing where you are? It's supposed to snow maybe a little bit tonight, but then it's going to be 50 degrees again. I don't know what this weather. I don't mind it, actually. Okay, so if I was to just do this, that's what it would have looked like. Like, oops, let me give you the dimensions so you can see that, because having that flat down. Now, you guys, I'll let you decide if you think I should have that strip of gold on there or not, or just leave it like it. I thought it needed the gold, but maybe it doesn't. You guys, I'm going to give you guys a chance to vote, and I'll take the first 3 votes, okay? Do I add the gold strip, meaning, oops, this strip, I'll put them side by side in just a second, or do I leave it off? Okay, so let me just get this on here. And I'm just gonna, oops, I need to, hold on. I forgot if oh yeah, I glued that on straight. And then I'm gonna pretend this would be here, okay? So, let me move this. Do I have the gold foil on, or do I keep it off? First, 3 votes. So Carla says gold. Oh, Anne says gold. Add the gold strip, please. Oh my gosh, I guess the gold strip wins. I didn't know, because I was like looking at this and I was like, I don't know, is it just too much? Okay, let me, since I got this in my hand, my glue's not gonna come out. Okay, so we'll just tap that. And I thought this needed something, so I die cut one of these little foliage pieces here. I'll let that dry, and while it's drying, I'll add the strip of gold. It's 1/2 inch, so I didn't know if it was maybe too thick or should it be a little bit skinnier. So it goes edge to edge with the red. And then this is going to get glued right down to the gold. And what I'm looking for on centering this is the top of the punch back here, the shaded spruce, so that it's in the middle. And I kind of looking at the gold areas too, just to make sure there's the equal space, and it looks good. So I'm just gonna take my block and press it. Okay. All right, so now I need to add some, the inside panel. And here's that what is this called again, Debbie? I can't remember what it was called. And the comment's too far back. It's a specialty paper. And I think it looks really nice on the inside here. This is 1 inch. I usually don't cut it 1 inch, but I thought it looked good with 1 inch. Okay, so we'll add some more glue. And then, oh, I didn't put that strip on straight. Oh, darn it. That's too late now. That panel's not straight either. Okay, let's color these in green. So I'll grab my shaded spruce and my rhinestones, because I don't want to mix silver and gold. That's why I chose to color my rhinestones. Rhinestones are a great embellishment for anything. And they're the least expensive embellishment in the annual catalog. They're $6. So don't forget about our sale. Tomorrow they're going to be, how much off? I can't remember what the price was for embellishments. Up to 20%, and I can't remember what the embellishments were. I'm going to use 3 of the small ones since I have a ton of these left. So alcohol-based markers. If you don't have Stampin' Blends, then grab a Sharpie pen. The only thing with the Sharpie pen is you're not going to get the exact same color that we use with the Stampin' Up. I'm going to put 2 of these, one there and one there, because that's bugging me for some reason. And then that last one is going to go right here. I thought it needed something right there. Okay, so that is our fourth card, you guys. So let me just clean up my desk here. I like the tray. The tray worked nice for me. I will keep that going. And here's our envelope there. This one I just stamped. And do you guys like the one, okay, one or two? Do you like the one without the embellishment on the gold, or do you like the one with the shaded spruce rhinestones? You guys can vote on that one. So glad I gave up trying to sleep. Karen, you're inspiring me. Thank you. What time is it there? Rhinestones. Yeah, I think so too. I think when I looked over here, when I had this card over here, I looked and all I could see was this gold. That's why I asked you, should I have the gold strip or not? It's 2:20 a.m. So I tell you what happens for me. I can't sleep either, but if I take a hot shower before I go to bed, I can sleep. If I don't, then I can't sleep. So maybe try that. I don't know. Okay, so let's just take a look at the cards that, we'll put the cards out here that actually were voted on and won, if I can remember correctly. So that was that one. You might have to, I don't remember now. This one. Now, I think the wood grain, right? Did the wood grain win? I think it did. And I didn't vote on this one. I don't think. No. So these are the 4 cards we made tonight. I really liked all of them. I think all of them are very easy to mass produce. Even embossing your panels, it doesn't take too long to emboss, you know, a white 4x5 1/4. I can put 2 sheets through my embossing machine. So I just go up and back, and mine has been working great that way. I do use an electric embossing machine because of the quantity of panels that I emboss is not like a hobby stamper. I emboss hundreds of panels, so there's no way I can crank that much in any given time. So I'm having carpal tunnel surgery, and that's probably one of the reasons why in the beginning I was cranking all the time. Thank you so much for, sounds like a good idea. I'll go take a shower a bit later. Yeah, try that. Okay, so yes, you can earn this class starting on the 15th of November. So that's going to be my second half of the month. So the 15th to the 30th of November. Currently, you can, one day left to earn this class here, which I've showed a few times. So this is my thankful class. Let me zoom out because this is way, there we go. Now you can see on my desk. So this is the thankful class. One day left on this. It expires on the 14th, but don't forget about our sale. You can earn this class, or you can wait one day and on the 15th using my new host code, which I will send out tomorrow or on the 15th. I'll schedule it for the 15th in the morning. You can earn this class for free with a qualifying order. So what I would do is for $35, you would get 4 kits, but no embellishments. A $50 order would get you 4 kits plus a pack of the embellishments. Okay, so lots going on. And don't forget about my November card club. It uses the same stamp set, the Christmas Classics stamp set. And I'll just pull those cards in too if you're coming on late and you didn't see them. Such a different look. Winter Meadows is the paper I used for this one, but you can see how I die cut the vellum out and I added all the rhinestones on. on those little like berry elements. And on the deer, we just had a scrap, so I put that on there. And then Season's Greetings on the back of the flap. There's another one that the deer was on this side, so I just chopped off the top of the vellum and just left that. And then we have this one here, which is Deck the Halls with balmy, blueberry bushel. And I used the Radiating Stitches die for the inside panel. And I stamped with blueberry bushel ink along with the garden green. And I used that sparkling paper there and embossed it. So your piece would come like this, embossed, so you don't have to worry about that. Everything comes die cut too. I don't send die or the stamped images because that's against Stampin' Up policy. You do receive 6x12 sheets of DSP, but you'll have to cut them. But I give you the measurements, so don't have to worry about that. And then what I say in the instructions, I say, design your envelope inside panel with scraps of your DSP. So that's how I designed this one. And then you can see how this one, I had a scrap of this paper here. So I added that to the envelope front. Okay, and then, did I go all, oh, there's two missing. This one, Joy of Christmas. Where the other one is. Oh, I see it. It's buried. This one's really nice. Headings of Joy. It's got that nice little foliage. All three of those will come in Card Club. And then that's not stamped very well. But that's a sample card. And then I used Pretty Peacock in Moody Mauve. And then I got one more. I have lots going on. I have 4 boards. If you want, you can stick around. I'll show you one other class I have ready to go. This is the Peace on Earth card using the blue. And then Merry Christmas on the inside. And the envelope. And same thing. And then if you want to see, I have the Berry Christmas. And, oh my gosh. This is a Stamp-A-Stack that I'm doing. Look at this. I am so far ahead. I'm so proud of myself. I tell my husband, I am so proud of myself for being this far ahead. All right, so Stamp-A-Stack is 12 cards, so you'll get to make 2 of each. Christmas is Better Together with a little heart and the polar bears. And then that's the way I designed the inside. Very basic. People can stamp whatever they want on the inside. But I'm doing this as an in-person class with my Parks and Rec class or a to-go option. The to-go option and porch pickup has already been emailed out, but you can find it on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. Here's the, I guess, the blue themed, I don't know, Night of Navy. These are just fussy cutout, and I can tell you, if Karen can do this, you can do it. It's not that hard. It didn't take me long at all. These are all stamped snowflakes. So we did a stamped background here with Merry Christmas. There is a piece of vellum under here, which is die cut in the deckled circles, which you would receive. I'm not doing the fussy cutting for you, just to let you know. You'll do that because you're going to get a full sheet of the 12x12, a full pack actually. And 12 cards plus a pack of rhinestones. And then here is one that's in Mossy Meadow with this tree that we stamped. I have a retired star punch. It's the itty bitty stars. That was super easy to punch out with crushed curry. And I actually added Wink Estella on the star so it kind of shines. Merry Christmas we just chopped down. This is the stamped polar bear and I punched it out. These two, the hat, the toque, and the scarf is just fussy cut out. And it didn't take long. And then I designed it with some scraps that I had. All right, that's one way to use your scraps. And then we have Warm Wishes is one of my favorite. I did splatter this with Wink Estella so it looked like stars were sparkling. This uses my grandmother's crochet thread, which is very special. You'll get a bunch of that in your kits. And then these 3 are all deckled circles. I cannot send this one, the polar bear one, but you must have a circle that you can use, or you can just, you know, cut the paper how you want. And then you'll get a white deckled circle. And then the inside, I just use that. And then this one here, I used a bunch of my grandmother's crochet thread. I inherited a ton of it. So I said, you know what, I'm going to use it. It's just sitting there. All right, so then this one is easy design. And then here, easy design to mass produce. We did, we embossed this in white embossing powder. There's another one of those little stars because I wanted to keep the theme going through. And then the last one is Merry Christmas in red. So these are just pieces from the paper that are cut out. And don't forget, you can use the edge pieces. So see how this one was just missing the back part of the bear? So that's okay. Just cut it out and line it up with the edge piece of the paper. You'll never know, right? It's like, looks like it was meant to be like that. All right, so, and this is snow here. So I took a piece of, I think this is in Very Vanilla actually. So I took a piece of Very Vanilla and just tore it down. And then before I adhered it, I took my Wink of Stella and ran it on top of the edge there. So it looks like snow shining. And then on the inside, very, very basic. People can design those however they want. So 12 cards. It's not that expensive. It's $31 for my class, in-person class or porch pickup, and $40 for shipped. That's really a really good price for 12 cards and a entire pack of the designer paper and a full pack of the rhinestones and that balmy blue ribbon. I'll give you, I don't know, whatever it takes to make 2 cards. Plus you're going to get a ton of my grandmother's ribbon. And guess what? That is priceless. She's definitely priceless. All right. So that's all I have. I don't think I'm working on any other classes for this month, except for the cards that I'm going to be donating to the holiday basket. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching me create the cards here. If you have any questions, you can always get in touch with me. My email address is karen@inspiredbygraham.com. And last time when I ended the video last week, the live, all the comments went away. I couldn't see them. So I'm going to scroll down one more time to see if I could answer anything, if you guys had any questions, because I have a feeling when I hit the done, it's going to go away and I won't be able to see them again. So let me just see if there's anything here. Yeah, so that carpal tunnel, it's all ultrasound. So one little cut here, and then they're going to go in here, snap or cut whatever they need. And supposedly it's like 3 or 4 days. 29 years ago, both wrists, instant relief. Yeah. Well, right now it's okay because I have a cortisone shot. So it feels great most of the time. Okay, no questions. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, again, my email address is karen@inspiredbygraham.com and my website, inspiredbygraham.com. And don't forget about that sale tomorrow. I'd love to earn your business. And thanks for shopping with me. Take care.